Look, man, let me ask you a question real quick. If black Americans are so called just supposed to be Africans, African Americans, then why for almost 200 years, the US Census records, you can't find the word African nowhere? I'm talking about official government documents. The same United States has been using since 1790. Them ones. Today we gonna walk through exactly the census records and see how black Americans have been classified throughout history. And you might notice a little something almost nobody talks about. Because once you see this timeline, you're gonna start realizing that we ain't been told the identity and the paperwork don't match up. So I'm gonna get out the way, man. I'm Jay Lava, just keep it P podcast, and let's go on this journey together. Go ahead, kick it, sis.
Not called Africans nowhere. Do you get this? From 1790, from when the census first started, and going on down. You understand? Look up here now. You see the name changed from slaves, free colored persons, to what? What it changed to? Black mulatto, black mulatto. Where they come in at? Y'all didn't see the Chinese people just jump in that bitch? They just jumped in that bitch, didn't they? Where the fuck they come from? What's the people above them?
India.
And then we got India. Is it too much? Share out the live. I'm telling you, man, my people need to hear this, man. Out all of this time, they have motherfucking known about us. Look. All this time, they called us slaves, blacks, mulattoes, free slaves. You know, we was all the blue. All the blue. All of a fucking sudden, when the Chinese, there I go. And look, Indian. So, what year did that say? Because I'm finna show you this nigga here census. What year is that up there? This is his census. What year is this? His race is Indian? And when did Indian pop up on the motherfucking census? Look what I got for you. And note that in 1854, California's Supreme Court in People versus classified Chinese peoples as Indians to prevent them from testifying against the goddamn me. I told you, if you lost on your own. This is the motherfucking California Supreme Court. Yeah. They classified the Chinese people as Indians in the 1800s. The late 1800s. As they would say now, to fuck your mind up as you was a child, the 19th century. Against the white parties. Accidentally, a Nevada witness. What's that? Of one half or more in the end. Say, man, this shit is crazy. Where the Native Americans came from. By step on where these motherfuckers came from. Remember, I posted this and said, look at the eyes. And now they wanna say that we were made. What the Africans was made. The Africa people was made. Their DNA it's a fraudulent DNA because the name Africa didn't get put on the map until after the 1700s. When they had to go around the world after they got colonized. That's why as you're looking over all of this information right now, look, where did you see Africa? You ain't even see African American name on them census, did you? Showing how they motherfucking ass came over on the Imperium boats and they helped the Europeans invade Hades, okay? As you can see, you see a lot of them right there, okay? Like, what? We said that they weren't from here. This is when we was talking about they were never the Native Americans, that they were brought over here. You understand? Many different races, not even just the Chinese. Because, once again, our history has to be told. Because who the fuck came over on the boat? Nigga, not me. My great-great-grandmama and them said they ain't never been to Africa. Even my great-grandmama that's still alive today, she said she ain't never been to Africa in her life. On this soil right here in America. So how am I going to not believe my bloodline, the matriarchy of my bloodline, to a motherfucking colonizer? Or an Africa person? Are you shitting me? The reason why you so upset and get your boxes in a bunch because my history ain't your history, and you trying to line up your shit with my shit. That's where you getting the shit misconstrued at. This is only for people that are of American only, North America, South America, and Central America. All right. This ain't got nothing to do with African descendants. Not yet. Oh, you about to be mad though. Y'all are the ones that were made. You are the ones that were created. But we're gonna get into that in a minute. But you should already know about your history because that's Lucy, right? The mummy, yeah, Lucy. She's a hominoid. That's yeah. Look up here. The whites, they're not called free whites no more. They just called whites. We're not called the free color. We're called what? Black and mulatto. So where you other peasants come from? Why you mad? Yeah. We got one called? Because that wasn't our name yet. It was voted for us to be called African Americans. Whites, blacks. What they started calling us up there? What, huh? Ain't that where that Negro word started coming in? Look at it now. We're still are not called African American. In 1890, in 1880, in 1900, in 1910, in 1920, even in the 1930s and 1940s, we are still not classified as African Americans now, are we? So how the fuck are you from Africa, nigga? So who the fuck came over on a boat? So like I said, remember the pink disappeared a long time ago. As y'all see, they coming back. And you see a green popped up. Hold on. You see our name changed, right? We're not called black mulattoes no more. This history that I am telling you has nothing to do with Africa. And then we're going to get into a couple of maps. Okay, hold on, wait. And then we're going to get into a couple of maps that don't got Africa on it. Now they added other into, what is that? 1910. Who the fuck is other? And look what they done added to Chinese. Japanese? Are you shitting me? Black, Negro, mulatto. Huh? So they changed our names again. But we're still not called African Americans, right? 1920, that's when the other came in. Who did they add? To the Chinese and the Japanese.
Filipinos.
Koreans, Japanese, Hindu, Filipinos. So they the Indians, huh? We got to keep up with these Koreans and shit. But who the fuck is this? In 1930.
Mexican.
Where the fuck they come from, nigga? The Spaniard, Mr. Cortez, that invaded us. Mexico. The Aztecs and the Maya.
One thing I want to say real quick about the Mexicans, though, she's going to allude to the fact that they don't continue on the census from here on out. And the reason because of that is because of LULAC. If y'all don't know, that is back when La Raza was fighting and basically said, we don't want to partner up with the black man, let them fight their own war. You know what I'm saying? We want to be classified as white, in a nutshell. So it's real funny that You'll hear something, you'll hear some he say, she say, or something, or you'll read something about something, and you be like, oh, but then when you actually see the paperwork right here, man, you see that Mexican came in 1930s, but because of their lobbying and wanting to maintain their white status, you don't see them no more. But go ahead and cook, sis.
Science. Because it wasn't ever called Mexico in the first place. Anyway, I can see they stopped fucking with them right up there. They stopped. They didn't go on to that next year. You see how many different races came in that bitch? How many different classifications? So pay attention to what year this is. So that should be 1960. That yellow box popping in there. Of course, that's when they started giving people the land.
Let's pause on that. So what she's talking about, easy payments within 30 days, find lands in the West, irrigated, irrigatable, grazing, agricultural, dry farming. Let me just get a little close. It's in 1910, the Department of Interior solo something something aggregated land and as follows, and it got Colorado. Uh, I guess it's 5,211 acres at, and they're doing $7.27 for that. Then Idaho, I guess they selling it $34.24. We got Kansas $33, Oklahoma 19, Oregon 5, South Dakota 16. So I guess that's how much an acre costs in each one of them spots. And I think they get cheap. Okay, I kind of get it too. So if you notice, like the spots where you can farm, those cost more, but the uh the acres of land out in the west, which is kind of uncharted territory, is obviously cheap, like Oregon and Colorado. Okay. All right, I see what's going on here. Go ahead, continue to cook, sis. I just wanted to break that down for y'all because it flashed real quick and it keeps going.
And bringing all of these other immigrants in and making us think that we were the slaves that got brought in from Africa. We didn't get started calling African black or African Americans until 2000 when they actually put it on the census.
How many of y'all really knew that?
This was a agreement. The Mexicans, the green done pop back in, remember? Because they didn't include it no more. And once again, they skipped a year. And now all of a sudden, it's a plethora.
Well, she don't mean skipped a year. She means skipped a decade. If y'all are not following, hold on real quick, what this is. So the decades is going up and down, like 1880, 1890, 1900, 1910, 1920, 1930, 1940, and 1950 up here at the top. And then it goes, she flips over to the.
How many different classifications? So pay attention to what year this is. So that should be 1960. That yellow box popping in there. Of course, that's when they started giving people the land.
Right?
And bringing all of these other immigrants in and making us think that we were the slaves that got brought in from Africa. We didn't get started calling African black or African Americans until 2000 when they actually put it on the census.
Mm.
This was a agreement.
Let me read that real quick because I want to see what that says. Hold on, real quick, y'all. I kind of want to see what that little piece of paper says.
African Americans until 2000 when they actually put it on the census.
Let me pause that up. It says debate over name, black or African American. Charlotte Arena, black reopened to Jackson call for new word. And this say Carolina Living. I guess it's a paper in Carolina. And get look who you see up there at the top. Ain't that old stop sloganizing dude? The little yes, that's him. That's him, man. That's the one that's been in office and got the worst district, and that's him. I forgot what his name was, but that's him. Wow. He kind of the slight weight Jesse Jackson to this shit too. Is that Shirley Chisholm right there? Who is that right there under him? But anyway, let's keep going.
This was a agreement. The Mexicans, the green done popped back in, remember? Because they didn't include it no more. And once again, they skipped a year. And now all of a sudden, it's a plethora of motherfuckers. Who the fuck is all of these folks? Remember the Aztecs and the Mayans invaded, massacred. Big ass motherfucking fight with us and the fucking Spaniards. Mr. Cortez from Spain. This is the year they got rid of us. That's why they missed the motherfucking year. Here you go right here. This is who I'm referring to. They do have paintings and stuff of the fight with us and them. They had to get rid of us in order to tell this story. When we welcomed him in to Mexico, them ain't no motherfucking pale people. Them copper people, nigga. Look when this nigga invaded, though. And look how long it took them to wipe us out and get rid of us. That they bombed us for over 284 plus years. To get rid of us. Because just in the Americas, America with the S, North America, South America, and Central, there were over 500 different Indian nations. They have to cover up all of the indigenous copper people that they found here on the land. Because as you look at this, where the fuck is Africa? Tell me.
1548.
Oh, I thought Africa was Africa this whole time. But yet, the people of African descended, and yet the people that live on this land don't even know the fucking truth. And you're mad at me because your motherfucking great mama them and great grandmama them lied to you?
Right.
How the fuck you think we felt? This was part of the 3 Indies, just like we have it. There was 3 different. Everywhere had all 3 of these Ethiopias. Where do you see Ghana or Guyana? Where do you see Kenya? Where do you see Tanzania? Where do you see Nigeria? You know what I'm saying? Where do you see Lagos Island? Nowhere, because it wasn't there. It was created. It was made. Because these tribes that are here on this one, they got bombed, remember? They invaded them first before they even came to American soil. India Superior.
And she ain't lying too. And look, this is what y'all, if you don't know, little tidbits of history. When we speak about people being wiped out, the story of leprechauns is actually the story of a little black people over in Africa called the Pygmies. And the Pygmies was totally wiped out. That's probably where you get midgets from and that kind of thing. Now that I think about it, putting 2 and 2 together. But King Leopold is responsible for killing, I'm talking about tens of millions of Africans. And he totally wiped out the pygmies. And they also did it again over in Australia with the Tasmanians. Like they had the cartoon Tasmanian Devil, but that's really a depiction of the Aboriginal black people that was over there that they totally wiped out. I mean, I think there's like a handful of people left, but they totally wiped them people out to take over Australia. So, them, wiping people out and using whatever type of methods or means to do so is not out of the ordinary. And then to stake and lay claim to the land, seeing as though that they from actually from Britain. You know what I'm saying? They had remember the war, the Paul Revere, the Redcoats, and all of that. The white people that came over here and settled from here is the criminals and the rejects from over there. So they don't have any claim to this land. And how do you claim land? How do you tell whatever story you want when you done killed everybody and ain't nobody around to tell you something different? Yeah, this is deep, man. This is some good information. I hope y'all taking notes. Let me let her finish cooking, then we out of here.
AKA El Morocco. So how you gonna argue with me over your motherfucking history and you don't even know your shit? Ain't this a blim? Washington, Wichita, all the cathedrals, all of these castles, all of these shit, universities, baby, that's us. Everything, literally everything. The Gothic theme, all of that, that's us. Okay, that we used to be called Turtle Island, and yes, we used to be Israel. All right, the lost continent of Muru. Okay, all right, you got the lost continent of Mu, and you got the lost continent of Mount Meru. Mount Meru is the Garden of Eden. Black folks. Hey, how you, Miss Queen?
Now hold on now. You know, I hate when people hear something from somebody black and then they need all of these references and they can't believe it. But I'll tell you one thing that's strange and true is that the North Pole is sanctioned by all the countries, just like the South Pole, and can't nobody go up there. And that map that she just showed y'all was what the North Pole actually looked like before they erased it on modern maps, and it depicts a middle stone in the middle of everything on some other stuff. And all I'm saying is, knowledge is sacred, kept and hidden. And some of it get out, and when you hear it, you might dismiss it because the truth is stranger than fiction.
Khalifa was the chief of the Almax or the Empire of X or Kai. All right, right here. All right.
Now, Queen Khalifa is the reason why California got its name, right? We also know a black man started Chicago. Like it's man, y'all. The cat is getting out the bag, man. What y'all think about that? Was she cooking or was she not cooking? I know this was a little long one, but this is for the intellectuals, man. For y'all that's trying to learn a little something, man. On that note, y'all look in the description, and we got the link for everything for you to say this type of black empowerment with your chest. Make sure you go cop that standard edition FBA Foundation of Black American. We also got that witty and straight to the point. Are you mad because I'm foundational? Because that's really what they mad at. That's it, really. We got that. We coming to Washington to get our check, and then we also got that cut the check for foundational Black Americans. You can find all of them at sayitwithyourchest.com, like it say at the middle. I ain't gonna hold you, but I'm a moji, fold you, and scold you about being on code. And you know I got 4 words for you. I need you to go ahead and subscribe for the vibes, like for the spike, comment your vomit, share if you care about getting black empowerment everywhere. Please do that on the platforms that we are on, Jones. And just to bring it on home, I got love, peace, blessings, and aloha. I'm out Doha for Shoha. You already know. Yika.